Hello everybody, this is NAKIE. I hope everybody is doing well. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. On today's menu we are making a party style cabbage stew. It's a simple recipe, but as usual it tastes good. Let's get started. For our ingredients, we need our tomatoes, scotch bonnet pepper, and onion. Yes, I took out the seed from the tomatoes, but you could feel free to leave it in there if you want. So I blend it all together, and yeah, we're gonna continue with the rest of the ingredients. I have my carrot, I have my cabbage. That's the main ingredients because I'm making cabbage stew. So I'm just gonna divide this into two and just cut it. And this is how I cut my cabbage. If you have a better way or comfortable way of cutting your cabbage, just feel free and do that. But this is the comfortable way and easiest way for me to cut my cabbage. And I like it really small. I don't like chunky cabbage in my cabbage too. So whatever and however you want to cut it, just go ahead and do it. So I'm done cutting my cabbage, and as you can see it's a lot of cabbage. So I'm just going to put water in it. Yeah, usually it's better to wash your cabbage after you cut it because you can't really wash. When you wash the whole cabbage, it's just like you washing outside, but when you finish cutting it, you could really wash it well. So I put a lot of water, and now you could like divide all the cabbage that are stick together and wash it. So I'm also going to be adding some vinegar to it. Yeah, some white vinegar to it also helps in killing all the bacteria in the cabbage. So after adding the vinegar to it, I'm just going to press it down to make sure everything is like well soaked in it, and I'm going to leave this out for like 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to be using beef for this recipe. Feel free to use any kind of protein you prefer. So I'm just going to cut this into smaller pieces. And this is the size that I'm cutting into, really small, but feel free to cut into any size to prefer. Just because I'm making like a party style, I want it to be like all over in the stew, that when you take a spoonful of stew, you have your protein. You don't have to search for it. It's gonna be in your stew when you take a spoonful, but feel free to cut it to any size that you prefer. So after cutting my meat, I'm going to rewash my meat. Even though I did wash it before I cut it, I just feel like I want to rewash it again. So yeah, just feel free to do that if you have to. Seasoning my beef with this good meat seasoning that I got from the African store. You could use any seasoning you prefer. This is garlic powder, onion powder, and ginger powder. So I added chopped onions to it. This is half medium size chopped onions and a little bit water. I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to cook this so the meat is tender. So while our meat is cooking, I have this water boiling. This water is for my cabbage. Yes, I know. People will say, why are you boiling your cabbage before you use it for your stew? You could put it right in the stew. No, I don't do that with my cabbage stew. I like to pre-boil my cabbage. Yeah, because of that smell. There's this strong smell in cabbage, if you know what I'm talking about. So I like to like pre-boil it for like just 5 minutes, just to take up that smell. Then I'll put it back in my stew. So yeah, feel free to do however you want, but this is how I do my cabbage stew, and I love it this way because when I do this way, it takes off that smell from this cabbage. I don't know, that smell, I don't like it, but after cooking it or pre-boiling it, it's perfect for me to make my cabbage stew. So I cover this and let this cook for exactly 5 minutes, guys, not more than that, because I don't want it to be too soft. I still want that crunchiness in my cabbage too. So yeah, this is just to take off that smell from cabbage. Feel free to add it straight in your stew if you prefer, but I just love it this way. Give this a try if you also don't like the smell, and you will love it. Our meat is doing well. It is tender now. And look at that, look at all that's tame, guys. This is perfect. So we're going to turn up the heat and we're going to be frying our meat. So I have my oil ready. I heat it up for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's hot, and I put in my cooked meat. I'm going to fry this meat till it's golden brown. Our beef is done. Look how beautiful that looks. Make sure you don't finish this beef before your stew is done, guys. Control yourself. Yeah, I know it looks good. I had to control myself really well. I added my onions to it. I'm gonna cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then I add my tomato paste to it. After adding my tomato paste, I'm gonna fry this tomato paste so it changes in color. Yes, you know me and my tomato paste. I always make sure I want to fry it to make sure it has changed in color to like burgundy color. And yeah, it makes the stew taste good, guys. Really good. So give that a try. Make sure you fry your tomato paste really well, okay? Our tomato paste is now ready. Look at the color. Yeah, so you want to put it in your blended tomatoes, onions, and pepper to it. Give this a stir. Let it cook under medium heat so most of the moisture has evaporated. My stew have been cooking for about 20 minutes now. You see how that is splashing? Please be careful at this point. Yeah, so I gave this a stir. You can tell most of the moisture has evaporated, but it's still like liquidy. That's fine because I'm going to be adding a lot of things to it, like the cabbage. So you don't want to like overcook it, otherwise your stew is going to be like dry. You want to have some moisture in it. So at this point, you don't want to like cook it to the point that there's no moisture in it. So I added my seasoning, my curry powder, my shrimp tablet, and some salt. Feel free to use any seasoning that you prefer. I'm not adding my carrots. Yeah, if you don't like carrots, just omit this part. But if you do, just add it to your cabbage stew, and it tastes really good. Yeah, you're asking why I'm adding it now. Cabbage is a little bit tougher, so you just want to cook it a little bit before you add your cabbage. Unless you really want it really crunchy, then you want to add it at the end. But I want it a little bit softer, not too soft though. Yeah, so I added my meat to it and give this a stir. And yeah, we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients as we continue. I have my mackerel, canned mackerel in tomato sauce. Yeah, this brings a lot of flavor and taste to the stew too. But if you don't like it, just feel free to omit it. But yeah, trust me, you will love mackerel in your cabbage stew. I don't like putting the tomato sauce in my stew. I do, but not like all the time. I will like put it a little bit at a time. I don't like it to overpower my stew, so I always like to put it a little bit if I need to. Yeah, but you're gonna see I'm gonna put a little bit at the end of the stew. So stay tuned, keep watching, guys. We are almost done, and this is the point that I'm adding my cabbage. So since I pre-cooked my cabbage, I don't need to overcook the cabbage in the stew. All I need to just stir it up, mix it up, and let it cook for about 1 to 2 minutes, and that's it. But if you did not pre-cook it, you want to give it some time to make sure your cabbage is well done, alright? So as you can see, the stew is still a lot, so I'm trying to balance it. I'm going to add more cabbage to it. But if you want more stew than your cabbage, yeah, then this is it for you. But I want a little bit more cabbage in the stew. Our cabbage stew is almost done. I'm adding the last ingredient, that is my scallions and my green onions. And yes, guys, our stew is ready, guys. At this point, the green onions, yeah, you want to leave it crunchy like that because it tastes really good like that. You don't want to overcook it. And that's it, guys. Our stew is almost done. I'm going to add a little bit of the tomato sauce, the mackerel and tomato sauce. Yeah, this is the part that I put my tomato sauce in the stew. This is optional, you don't need to, but you can also put everything in it if you want, but I just don't want it to overpower my stew, so I always add it at the end if I need to, just a little bit, okay, just to put a little bit moisture in the stew, because I like my cabbage stew with some moisture and some tomato stew like cabbage stew. I don't want too much cabbage to in it, so this is perfect for me. Look at that. Have this with your gari, your eba, king cake, whatever you want to pair with. I had it with the yam, and guys, it was everything. It was good. Please give this recipe a try, and I know you will love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you give this recipe a try, and I know you will love it. Until I come your way next time, this is Cook with Naki. Be good to yourself, be good to everybody. It goes a long way.